The moment at press conferences. More and more gay programming is making its way onto mainstream TV. Think Will and Grace or this summer's breakthrough hit Queer Eye for the Straight Guy programs that cater to a gay lifestyle but appeal to a mass audience. Is it just TV's latest fad or a smart move by network executives and marketers? Here's NBC's Lester Holt.
I'm Superman.
For anyone who's been watching,
Why am I always Lois Lane?
Whatever.
it's impossible not to notice
Paint gotta go up.
that television is becoming more gay. From the summer's breakout hit, Bravo's Queer Eye for the Straight Guy,
Why is there like a total shoe drought in here? What's going on?
Because I pretty much
Where are the
wear
shoes?
it
I'm
most
taking
of
out.
the
He only
time.
has one pair of shoes.
to what's making news.
Attending the nation's first public high school for gay, lesbian, bisexual, and transgender teens.
Even commercials.
This Orbit Saver Hotel is amazing. Close to the beach, and the view is magnificent.
It certainly is.
The nation's viewers are turning a queer eye to what was once called the boob tube.
Something smells not so fresh in here.
Will romance prevail?
For some, the move is a no-brainer, with the gay community's estimated spending power at about $500 billion. Gay households earn an average of $5,000 a year more than heterosexual households. Gays are also more likely to be college graduates, shop online, and read mainstream magazines with major advertisers such as Time and Newsweek.
As taboos continue to fall, that we will see more and more advertisers and advertising dollars in place to support these programs, as well as to go after the gay consumer directly in gay media.
Our main goal was to put entertaining shows on the air, and we felt this would deliver on that. In addition, and sort of the icing on the cake for us, was the fact that these shows were going to be a little controversial and that people were going to talk about them.
And while the move makes sense for TV executives, some members of the TV audience are concerned.
Exactly.
There's content that parents want to explain to their kids on their own without having to explain it because they saw it on television.
Look how cute. Look at that booty.
In fact, this major outing could be contributing to a backlash against the gay community. In recent weeks, polls show the numbers of Americans opposing gay marriages has gone up 8%. The number who consider homosexuality unacceptable also up 6%.
I think there's definitely some concern out there, but I feel it's about what they're showing in their communities.
I'd like you to stay, will you? Absolutely. Great.
Still, many in the gay community say this new type of must-see TV is simply the right move at the right time.
It seems that the subject matter really continues to have staying power, that programs are continuing to come along with gay themes and gay characters in them, and are, being supported by advertisers, and when the shows are good, by audiences as well.
Cheers, queers.
Lester Holt, NBC News.
And a closer look now at how well this is paying off for Bravo. 2.8 million viewers turned into Queer Eye last night, a new record for the network. The premiere of Boy Meets Boy, Bravo's gay dating show, had 1.6 million viewers. For more on all this, we're joined by Tom Shales, Pulitzer Prize-winning television critic for The Washington Post and co-author of Live from New York, an uncensored history of Saturday Night Live. Tom recently wrote about Queer Eye, and he joins us from Washington. Hi, Tom.
Hi, how are you?
So is this all about money?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think people will say, are they trying to foist a lifestyle, a morality on America? It's about demographics. It's about a desirable demographic group. If there's 10 million gay men in the United States, which I think is sort of a rough estimate, and obviously a lot of them are watching Bravo, and that would be enough to give Bravo a good rating.
So if they, why didn't they do it before if it's all about money?
Well, it's come along in stages. Norman Lear had 2 gay characters in Hot L Baltimore back in the 70s, and there were lots of sitcoms where they would trot out a gay role model because gay groups were pressuring the networks to present positive images to counteract, negativity and bigotry and gay bashing. And there were times when it was like the only normal, in quotes, person on a sitcom was the gay guy, because he was portrayed in such idealized terms. So it's come along in stages, and now we're just in a kind of sudden little bubble here.
Are these positive images, though, for the members of the gay community, or are these really stereotypical characters?
I think you get some disagreement on that. I mean, those reality shows, the dating shows, they've been insulting heterosexualities all this time, heterosexuals. They might as well insult homosexuals as well. It's a kind of equal opportunity demeaning or something like that. A gay man wrote to the New York Times the other day, and he said he thought that Queer Eye was offensive. He said he knew a lot of gay men who weren't interested in designing and hair and Ralph Lauren's latest line of clothes and all that kind of frivolous, stupid nonsense. So it's definitely a stereotype. I have a feeling that gay people generally would say we prefer this stereotype certainly to, you know, an outright negative kind of thing where homosexuals are depicted as some sort of strange creatures from another planet.
Do you think these programs are specifically for a gay audience or not?
Well, that would, on cable, that would seem to be enough. As I said, if you just got like every gay man in America watching the show, you would have a big rating for cable. But in fact, NBC took Queer Eye and reduced it to half an hour and showed it on the full network about a week ago or so, and it did okay after Will and Grace, which of course is a show which has two very obviously gay characters. So I think it's, even with what that poll said the other day, it does seem to be there is a growing acceptance if we can use these television programs as any measure. I mean, Will and Grace is a hugely popular show.
You know, speaking of that poll, Gary Bauer, the president of the conservative group American Values, said that the more the gay movement demands the endorsement of the law and the culture, the more resistance there will be. Do you think that there will be a backlash to some of this?
I suppose there will be little ugly incidents. You know, the right-wingers are always ranting and raving about this, but it's also the conservatives who say the marketplace should rule and that we shouldn't have regulation of television. Ronald Reagan brought that whole deregulation thing in years ago. So if the marketplace should rule and the marketplace supports these shows with gay characters, I think the conservatives might as well just shut up and wait and see what happens instead of claiming this is some kind of conspiracy. I mean, if it's a conspiracy of, you know, Wall Street and corporations and everybody else who wants to make money in this country.
Tom Sheo, it's good to have you on the program. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Still ahead tonight.